Okay, well, here I am again. Uh, Trying to not have bad audio. It is. Fuck, when was the last time I actually. I think the last time I recorded was when I did that 2.5 hour video. So, that's how long it's been. Um, and I am. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna turn off the top vents for my AC. Wow, that was a noise. Just so it doesn't fuck up the audio potentially, because part of that video, I mean, I had it in my like phone mount thing, so that was part of the reason why it was like that. But it fucking, I could just hear the in the background. I was like, but I'm still gonna do it I'm still gonna upload it anyway. So whatever. But anyways, though, back to what I was actually gonna talk about, because it's already been like a minute. I want to blanking. I wanted to talk about something that I think I'm gonna try to do, because I feel like, I don't know, man. Things recently. I know I talked about that last video, and I kind of left it feeling pretty hopeful, but I also did kind of want to talk about how I was regressing a little bit in a lot of aspects, which I think maybe part of it is just me being tired from work, because work has been very tiring. Like yesterday was honestly probably the most draining day I've ever had. And the crazy thing is, it started off great because there was 3 of us in the deli for a while. There's no customers. We're getting stuff done. And then, like, as soon as the one guy leaves and we're down to 2 guys again, it's just fucking mayhem. It's just constant insanity. So many fucking customers. I barely had a chance to fucking breathe half the time. And then on top of it, I had my first, like, pretty negative interaction with the customer, despite doing everything that she wanted, because she didn't think that I did everything that she wanted, but I did do everything that she wanted. So that sucked. She was pretty fucking rude to me, even though I was like trying to be pretty reasonable about it, but whatever. I forgot to put my phone on silent so that you don't get the vibrations. That hopefully will be fixed, because today I just bought a little lav mic thing, but I have to tweak it because I don't want to use it right now, because I tried it. I did like a test recording of it. I didn't listen back to it yet, but it was like peaking like constantly. So maybe it's a positioning error, maybe it's a skill issue. I don't know. Maybe it's the thing's just sensitive and I need to use a better thing. I'm not sure, but figure it out. I will figure it out at some point. But anyways, with that out of the way, the main thing I wanted to actually talk about was kind of, I guess, number one, that I've been regressing. So I guess I can, voice crack sucked. I guess I can go back to that. I've kind of been regressing a lot in recent times. I feel like I've been doing less, and I've still been doing stuff, so I've been kind of trying to dabble with art a little more and that sort of thing. What else have I even been doing? I mean, I've been doing a lot of cleaning recently, because after the past couple months, I kind of didn't really have it, and my room was a giant mess, and my room is also not a big room, so that kind of sucks when it's a mess and it's like, oh, I don't have a lot of space, so it's just a fucking mess. So I was doing that, and going places and doing things, but yeah, I kind of feel like a lot of things have gotten away from me recently, especially this stuff, obviously, which is funny because I have like a backlog of stuff that I want to upload, and I haven't really been doing that. partially because I don't have the time, because work has just been killing me. Maybe not killing me, but just like it's just been tiring me the fuck out. And then when I'm on my day off, I'm trying to figure out what to do with that time, and then I realized like I didn't, work on these. So yeah, but I have a lot of things that I'm gonna try to work on in that regard, because I don't want this thing to just die out. But basically, yeah, I've not been doing as much as I want to, and I feel like I've been playing games more recently because, for example, the Black Ops 7 beta was out, which, again, I don't touch the multiplayer stuff. I don't care. Apparently the multiplayer is pretty decent, is what people are saying. But I was playing the zombies, and I finally just got to round 50 today. But, like, for example, today I played the zombies, and I just kind of felt shitty by the end. But there's no way that you're... That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say, because I intentionally parked in this spot because I don't want people to park behind me because I don't want to get blocked in. And then a person almost pulled in behind me, and I was like, uh-oh. But yeah, I don't think they're actually parking there. I kind of don't like that this place has just become such a clusterfuck, you know? Anyways, back to what I was saying. After all of that, yeah, so where was it? That just completely derailed me. I just completely forgot where I was, because I was gonna be so mad if somebody parked behind me when there's literally a sign that says no parking. Like, no parking before this sign, and somebody parks behind me, and it's like, great, I'm stuck here. That's awesome. That would have fucking sucked. But anyways, yeah, so I've kind of been regressing a little bit in a lot of ways. I haven't been doing as much, and again with the Black Ops 7 thing, I have been I've been kind of annoyed when I play Black Ops 7, which is weird because I played so much Black Ops 6 earlier this year, and I was like enjoying it. But I think over the past couple of months I've kind of become disenfranchised with video games, maybe to like the point where it's like when I play a game I like feel bad almost. I'm like, fuck, I just like wasted my time, which is a weird thing to feel. It kind of feels, I'm trying to think of a good example for it. I would say it kind of feels, I'm gonna move my Go++ so it's not gonna be constantly vibrating. You're gonna constantly hear it the whole time. I mean, it feels like, it feels like if you eat a shit ton, like you eat way more than you should, because you probably shouldn't have eaten that much, and like in the moment it feels good. It's just like, hell yeah, this is good food. And then after you eat too much, you just feel like absolute garbage. You just want to go crawl in a hole and not come out for the next like 3 days because you just feel terrible. I feel like this got worse. I'll put it in my other pocket. Do that. But yeah, it feels kind of bad to play games sometimes. It doesn't feel good. It just kind of feels like I wasted my time, and also it just kind of feels like I'm like turning my brain off, if that makes any sense. Especially because when I've been playing Black Ops 7, the first time I played Black Ops 7, I didn't do anything else while playing Black Ops 7 because I was like, I'll record some of my footage the first time I played it. I always like recording like the first time I play a map or whatever, so I did that. But then after that, I was playing and I would put on a video, which is something I would do a lot with Black Ops 6, especially when I was camo grinding. I would just put on a video in the background, and I feel like it fucks with my brain a little bit, if that makes any sense, to the point where it's like I feel like my brain just turns off and I'm just killing zombies and I'm listening this information or whatever, but like it feels so bad afterwards. I get that feeling of the fucking eating too much basically, but in a way that's sort of, I guess I'm digesting too much information, maybe is the best way to say it. I don't know. The point is that it feels so bad afterwards. I'm just like, fuck. I just did nothing for 2 hours. This sucks. That's pretty much how it feels to me every time. So that's why I don't like it. That's why I don't like it that much. And it's kind of had me thinking that maybe I need to figure something out. I feel like also a lot of the time, when I get home from work, first thing I do is I just go to YouTube and I just start watching videos. And I guess I'll also talk about it in a little bit. I'll come back to that. But basically, I just fucking don't... I don't feel like I'm spending my time that great when it comes to, like, YouTube videos and stuff, especially. I feel like I've been watching just a lot of stuff. Just wasting time when I could be doing other things. And I guess, like, it's a little more excusable after work, because it's like, I've just worked, however many hours, I'm tired. I just kind of want to eat and do whatever else I'm gonna do and go to sleep. But I don't know. I just feel like I could be doing better things with my time. I'm watching a bunch of YouTube videos, so... But, yeah, I feel like that has been a big problem with me. And just in general, I feel like I just kind of have been wasting a lot of time. There's even days where it's just like I'm in bed for like an hour, maybe. And like part of that is me being on my phone for a little bit and stuff. But then a lot of it is just me like laying in bed, not wanting to get up. And also part of it is me going on Reddit, which I know it's like Reddit. What the fuck's wrong with you, man? But I feel like Reddit is like a decent, aggregator of news, I guess is the best way to say it. It's a good way to aggregate all the news for things you care about, communities you care about. But it's also like I spend too much time on there. I also go on the League of Legends subreddit, which I don't know why I do that. Why do I go on the League of Legends subreddit? What's wrong with me? The League of Legends, like, I don't even play League of Legends. I haven't played League of Legends in, like, over a year, probably, at this point. Maybe not like, almost, actually, yeah, probably almost a year since I played League of Legends. And it's, like, or maybe not. I don't know, the passage of time is a confusing thing to me. Oh, do not park. Do not park there, please. Okay, thank God. Anyways, where was I? Oh man. Yeah, Reddit. I don't know why I I don't know why I go on it as much as I do. I really shouldn't, but I do. And it's kind of an annoying thing to deal with. Man, it is. It is getting kind of crazy over here. Jesus. Oh. Anyways, I keep getting off topic because things keep happening right in front of me or behind me, which is the thing I'm more concerned about because I don't want people to park behind me when you literally can't park behind me because there's a sign that says you can't park behind me. But anyways, yeah. So I feel like YouTube and Reddit have been a kind of an annoying thing. And also, little bit of Instagram as well. I kind of spend time on Instagram when I probably shouldn't. Which is weird, because I never really used Instagram at all, and now I've been using it more, and now, like, I'm watching it too much. It also has become a very weird rabbit hole, too, because at first it was, like, this very weird content. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. It was, like, this very weird memes, kind of. It would be, like, these, like, texting memes, almost. It was so bizarre. And then it just randomly, like, I watched, like, one video about, like, art or whatever, and it just completely changed. And now it's just, like, all, like, I'm just in this art rabbit hole on Instagram. It's crazy. And a little bit of, like game stuff, like, not even, like, you know, gaming, but, like, here's how I changed this, this backlight on a Game Boy Advance or something. Anyways, I'm getting super off topic. This is not supposed to happen. Fuck, I wish I could make these things a little more concise. That's something I really gotta work on at some point. Just being able to get the fucking point instead of sitting here rambling. But then again, like, there's so much random shit happening in front of me. How can I not, like, lose my mind looking at this shit? Anyways, back to where I was again. I feel like social media has been something, like, I personally don't use it a lot, and especially I don't post on it a lot. Like, pretty much this YouTube stuff is the only thing I actually post. I was thinking about posting stuff to Instagram, but I don't know. But I wanted to stop using a lot of that stuff. So, like, for example, I don't use Twitter. I don't use Facebook, because who the fuck uses Facebook? Like, legitimately, I feel like the only people that actually use Facebook are old people, basically. Like, how many young people actually use Facebook? I doubt you can find... If you go to a college campus, I would bet there would almost be nobody that uses Facebook. There are plenty of people that use Instagram. Instagram is, like, a big thing for young people. Not Facebook. Facebook, I remember Facebook, like, back when it was a thing. When it was, like, a newer thing. That was, like, one of the main social medias. I remember when MySpace still, like, existed, and I wanted to make a MySpace account. My parents were like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But, like, I loved Facebook back then as a kid because of, like, all the funny, like, random little shit you could do. You could play, all those games. I played a bunch of, like, Pet Society and that sort of stuff. That was fun. But I don't really use a lot of, like, social media. It's just kind of YouTube and Reddit and a little bit of Instagram now. The problem is that I don't really... I feel like even with just those, I'm still spending too much time on it, and I don't like it, especially when it comes to YouTube. I feel like I find myself binge watching random shit on YouTube for way longer than I should be. And I mean, to be fair, I think we all deserve take a break at some point. Maybe I'm a little, I guess, too harsh on myself. It's probably not the right word. But it's just like every time I feel like I'm not doing something, I feel like I'm fucking up, if that makes any sense. Or, if I'm not getting something done, I'm fucking up. And I don't like that. And I feel like watching like a YouTube video or something is really the culmination, not culminate. I just can't, like, I keep not being able to think of the right word. Epitome, I guess, I don't know. I feel like that is the big issue I have. Is not being able to properly stop with that stuff. God, it's been 21 minutes. It's been 20. I almost said 2020. Why did I almost say 2020? What the hell? Where's my brain going? Work has really just fucked me, huh? Like, after that day yesterday, it was just cooked. I don't even know what to say. It was, that day yesterday just broke my brain. It's gotta be what it is. Because, oh my god, it was a day and a half. I feel like that day, it felt like I was there for literally a whole day. Like a whole 24 hours, it felt like. Oh, it just broke my brain. This has become a video just talking about me, how work just fucked me. Anyways, though. I'm getting giga off topic. So let me go back to the fundamental point, which is basically that I've been thinking I just kind of want to stop using the sites as much. And I feel like a big part of the reason I don't is because of FOMO, which is like a weird thing to say, I guess. But I feel like a lot of people kind of feel this way with social media, because I even noticed it, like, with my parents. They watch a bunch of, right-wing stuff, which is like, I don't mind, if whatever you're gonna watch, but like, it's like conspiracy stuff where, it's constantly, this is happening and this is happening and it's coming soon, the storm is coming soon. Spoiler alert, it's been like 4 years since I've started watching that stuff. The storm, there's been no storm, there's been no week-long power outage and the military coming in, the internet's going out. That doesn't happen. But the thing is that they keep getting hooked because they feel like they can't miss a day because something big is going to happen. It could be any day. You have to keep watching. That sort of stuff. So I feel like that's how a lot of that conspiracy stuff really gets people in that sense. Because it's like they feel like they have to keep, going because it can happen any day now. Like it's going to happen any day now, even when it's literally been thousands of days since this shit has started and it still hasn't happened. And they're still sitting there thinking it can happen any day now. It's going to happen any day now. I have to keep watching. So they feel like they can't miss a day. You can't go a day without watching this stuff. It's not like that with me to an extent, but there is kind of like a FOMO aspect to a lot of social media, I think, where it's like, what if the one day, there's actually been times, by the way, where I go somewhere for most of the day and I come back and it's like, oh shit, Black Ops 7 got announced. Oh shit. Or like, I worked the day that like all the Black Ops 7 zombie stuff got like announced. So like I got home and I see like the Ashes of the Dam cinematic. I'm like, oh shit, that sort of stuff. I I kind of don't want to miss out on that. But I think the thing I've realized more over time is that it doesn't matter that much when you miss out on that stuff. I feel like I had a lot of FOMO with this before too, like with Nintendo Directs, for example. Because I used to watch so many Nintendo Directs. Like, I would not want to miss a single Nintendo Direct. I was there for everything. And, like, now I don't care as much anymore. I guess part of that is because I don't care as much about gaming stuff in general, especially Nintendo, because I don't have a Switch too. But I think it's a very similar thing where I was like, oh shit, I don't want to miss this. I can't miss this. And, like, now I don't give a fuck. When I stopped watching Nintendo Directs, I just realized, like, it's not really that important. Just because you're not there the moment something gets announced doesn't fucking ruin everything, you know? But I think there's a lot of FOMO when it comes to social media, and that's, like, a big problem with me. Because I find myself constantly, you know, wanting to see whatever the big news is and not wanting to miss out on, like, a hype reveal or whatever, or something like that. But I have been considering now, because I feel like I'm just wasting too much time, especially today. I did that round 50 game on, was it Van Dorn Farm? Is that what the map is called? The farm map in BO7 Zombies beta. I got to round 50 and I was watching videos and stuff and I was like, I'm wasting too much time, man. You know, I just had like this shitty brain fog, I guess, almost. I don't know what you would call it. Just like I felt like shit and like it sucked. And then like when I took a shower after that, I felt fine. And then I actually did stuff with my day. Like I went and I got a lav mic and I got this vacuum as well that I'm gonna use to clean up my room because the actual vacuum we have doesn't really fit under my bed. So I got this one, which is a little more pricey than I was going for, but it works. But anyways, today was kind of maybe not a breaking point, but it just kind of felt like the point that tipped the scales. Maybe like this is just one of many, like, you know, fuck, what's the word? I'm trying to think, like when you have a bunch of hay, when you have a bunch of hay, it's like a haystack, but like I'm trying to think of like the just one grain of hay or whatever. I don't know where I'm going with this. It's like you just keep stacking stuff on top of a scale and then eventually something's gonna tip the scale, you know? And so I feel like I've had all these instances where I've been watching too much stuff or spending too much time on whatever. And I feel like I want to reclaim my time, I guess, so to speak. I don't know. So I was like, fuck it. You know, I have this idea where maybe I just do not like a detox thing sort of thing, but I'm just gonna do like a social media fast where I'm just not gonna use it for a week and I'm gonna see how it feels. So that's what my goal is right now. I'm going to give it I'm gonna give it a week and see how things feel. Because I think a lot of that FOMO is not going to remain when I realize like it's not that bad. So I don't entirely know how it's gonna go. And I mean, the thing is, I guess is part of the problem is that I'm still kind of reliant on some of these services because with YouTube, right? I'm gonna not watch videos and stuff for like a week. But the thing is, like a lot of good learning content is on YouTube, and a lot of good, advice or suggestions or whatever is on Reddit. So if you Google like what's the best microphone to buy, you're gonna find a bunch of Reddit threads. And I mean, Reddit threads aren't perfect, but they do generally give an okay idea, I guess. You can get a lot of opinions on what might be the best thing. Stuff like that. So, I'm not going to completely, I'm not going to say I'm not using these sites at all. Because I have stuff like that, or tutorials, or, just listening to music I use for YouTube pretty much. So, I won't be completely not using these sites, but I'm just not going to be using the more addictive or social parts of these sites, I guess. And I am going to upload. This is something that I was thinking about too on top of this, right? I'm going to do this kind of social media fasting thing for a week. But then on top of it, I'm thinking I'm going to try to maybe make one of these every day, because I have a backlog of stuff already. So I could just use that on top of trying to have more time to record this stuff and see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen, but I mean, I think I'd be open to trying it. So, but I want to try and take a step back from some of that stuff, and I think it would be a good thing, because maybe it'll help me kind of deal with that FOMO a little bit and make me realize that the FOMO isn't so important, We'll see how things end up. We'll see if I relapse or not. I get relapse. I mean, it is kind of an addiction in a sense, but I'm gonna try to go through with it. And this is something else I kind of want to talk about too, because I feel like there is an addictive sense to it, and especially when it comes to eating for me, because I didn't really fully go into this when I was in the other video, just for the sake of time. But when I was in middle school, that was like when I started gaining a shit ton of weight. And it's crazy if you look at pictures of me from like elementary school, and I'm like this. I wouldn't say I was like, I wouldn't say I was the skinniest kid in the world or anything, but like I was normal, I guess. I was like, I looked normal, and then like 6th grade, I just ballooned in weight. And ironically, what actually started it was, I'm not about to blame the Yogs cast for me gaining a shit ton of weight or anything, but basically there was one night, and I'll never forget this night. I was watching their like Shadow of Israfel series or something like that. It was a pretty cool series for its time. But basically, is this Minecraft series that they were doing, which people weren't really doing much of that stuff at the time, so it was a really cool thing. And I remember I was watching it. I was like binge watching a bunch of it. And then I kind of had this thought of like, when you go to the movies, you get like popcorn. And I was a little hungry, so I was like, I should get like a snack or something. So I was just looking, and there was just like a thing of, I'm pretty sure they were mint Oreos. And I was like, hell yeah, let's get some mint Oreos. So I got the whole thing of mint Oreos. And it wasn't like completely full, like there had been some eaten before, but I just ate the whole thing. Or at least most of it. Like, I definitely ate way more than I should have. Probably consumed fucking like 2,000 calories of Oreos. Which is not a smart thing to do, as it turns out. Probably shouldn't eat that many Oreos. But like, I was just eating that shit like it was popcorn, but it's an Oreo. Like, there's a difference between a popcorn and Oreo. Also, I'm gonna drink something real quick. Give me a second here. I used to cut the stuff out, but I think I'm gonna stop cutting that stuff out because it just makes my life easier. I guess it kind of inconveniences it. Can't speak. I guess it kind of inconveniences you, the viewer, I guess. But I don't know. I guess it also makes this content a little more real, right? Like, I'm not just a person where all I do is yap. I'm a person that has to actually take drinks of water because, you know, I'm a human that has to drink water to survive. So, anyways, though, back to where I was. Oh yeah. So that was an interesting time, but I feel like that kind of started a bad habit of eating when I was watching something, which is probably not a good thing. And it's been something that has persisted like forever, basically. I kind of had these videos that I guess I perceive them as like good content or like good videos. So I think like an example of this would be like Lemon, because he just uploaded recently. He makes some fucking banger videos. And whenever I like want to watch one of those, I end up saving it for when I end up saving it for when I want to. Why am I blanking? What's happening? I end up saving it for when I'm like eating dinner or something, which probably isn't a healthy habit, because then I feel like it becomes a cycle where if the video keeps going and I've finished dinner, like I want to eat something more, and if I eat, or if I'm not done eating and the video finishes, then I want to find another video. So it just becomes this endless cycle, which is a problem. So I was not creating the best habits with that stuff, which has been going on since like 6th grade. It's like over half my life at this point I've been doing this shit, where I've been eating while watching videos, which is unhealthy. So I'm just gonna stop watching videos for a week and see what happens. Probably gonna miss out on some good content, I guess, so to speak. Probably gonna miss out on things I wanted to watch. But I think being able to let go like that is a good thing. So that's why I want to do it. And who knows, maybe it'll help me lose some more weight, because I have been like very slowly losing weight, but there was a period of time where I was losing like a good amount of weight a couple months ago, and I kind of want to go back to that. Then again, I guess part of the problem with losing weight, I feel, and this happened to me the last time too, was that I started losing weight, and I started losing weight, and then like it kind of started slowing down, and then it gets a little demotivating, because like when you lose like, I don't know, 5 pounds in a week or something, let's say you lose like 5 pounds in a week, you feel fucking good. You're like, holy shit, I lost so much weight. And then when you go from that and you lose like 2 pounds in a week, it's like and then you start losing like 1 pound or maybe like half a pound even, depending on the week, and it's like that sucks. So I don't like the fact when you stop losing as much weight. But I guess part of losing that much weight is that it becomes harder to lose weight the more weight you lose. Because, you know, let's say you're 200 pounds and you lose 5 pounds. That's... Why can't I do math? That'd be, what, 2.5%, I think, of your total weight you've lost? But then you lose 5 pounds when you're 100 pounds, right? And that's 5% of your weight. So that's way harder to lose because it's more of your total weight that you have to lose. That sort of thing. So I feel like that's a hard thing to solve. But I do want to ultimately at least try to keep losing weight. And I think that could be a way to fix that. But yeah, ultimately I want to try to go through with this like 1 week social media fasting and see what happens. I kind of already failed today, obviously, as I talked about the Black Ops 7 thing, but I think I'm going to start it tomorrow. And just only only watch like tutorials and stuff and see how that goes. And then obviously make this stuff. Yeah. I don't know how it's going to go. I don't know if I'm going to end up breaking it, because there's a chance I do. This was also something I was going to mention too. Is that part of the problem I also had was that it just became like instinctual to end up on like YouTube or Reddit or something. There would be times where I would turn on my PC. First thing I do instinctually was open my browser and then just click right where like the bookmark for the YouTube subscriptions is. It was just instinctual to click that, which is probably not a good thing, because when you're literally subconsciously doing it, it's like they've rewired your brain almost to do that sort of stuff. It's not good. It's not good at all. So I don't want to... I guess the best way to say it is I don't want random corporations rewiring my brain to benefit them, not myself, I guess. It's also been a thing with Instagram too, because like at first, like Instagram, I would just open it sometimes for fun. You know, just see random stuff and poke fun at it. And then it kind of became like more of an addictive thing almost, where like, you know, I just scroll and then I'm like, oh, it's been like 20 minutes. Fuck me. I probably shouldn't be using it that much, you know? So, man, it's getting darker faster, huh? I guess that's part of fall. Fuck, like I keep forgetting it's even fall. At this point, like I'm still like mentally confused as to where I am half the time. It's crazy. I've been working for like 2 months now, and sometimes I think about it, I'm like, it's been 2 months. That's 1/6 of a year. And it's like, shit. That's 1/6 of a year I've been working already. You know, and then eventually it's going to be 1/3, and I'm not even going to realize it. And that is tough. You know? That is tough. It feels so strange to be at the point where I have already been working 2 months and it doesn't feel like it. And it was crazy because I remember those first couple days, they felt like they went on forever. Felt like it was never going to end. And now here I am, 2 months in. It's like, wow, that time is kind of flying by, huh? And even when it was a month, I was like, damn, it's already been a month. And now it's like, it's getting darker sooner and stuff. And then before I know it, it's gonna be fucking winter, and I'm like, shit. Now I have to drive in the snow. I really hope I hope that nature goes light on the snow this year. Because I'm still kind of new to driving, and driving in the snow is gonna be not great. So, just go a little easy on the snow this year, please. I don't want to be snowed in. But anyways, back to what I was saying. I don't like what I was dealing with a lot with the I don't like what I was dealing with when it came to these social media sites kind of like rewiring my brain almost. I did not like that. So that's why I ultimately stopped. Or that's why I want to stop. I should say I haven't stopped yet. That's why I want to stop and just kind of, at the very least, one thing I've kind of been doing is catching myself when I do that. So whenever I instinctually open the browser and then go to YouTube, I'm like, wait, I just did that. Which is better than not even realizing that I'm doing that and then being like, fuck, why am I wasting so much time afterwards? At least I'm catching myself before or during. It's better than not recognizing it at all. But I want to put a stop to that. Partially because this is going to be something I save for another video. But I wasted a lot of time, and you don't realize when you're wasting time at first. You're just thinking, who cares? I mean, I'm just going to do whatever. I could just watch, a video or something, but that time adds up. And I was thinking about it a lot recently too, because sometimes I just spend, as I said before, sometimes I just lay in bed for like an hour before I actually get up. And I realized like that hour or half an hour or whatever just adds up over time. You think about it, like, let's say I spend 30 minutes every day in bed. That's what? If you multiply 30 by 365, if I do that every day, that shit adds up. That's like 160 hours or something of my year that I spent in bed when I could have been doing something else with that time. I could have made plenty of videos with that time. And I had some videos that I thought were going to be absolute bangers of videos, to be honest. I had some really cool ideas that nobody else had ever done. And I just never made them, partially because I was too busy trying to perfect them, partially because I was not motivated enough to make them, and partially because I just was spending my time doing other shit. And it really backfired on me because the drive I had that had all that footage on it just died. And I basically don't have a way to recover that. At least, myself, I would have to go and hire, or not hire, but I have to go and seek the services that, I'd have to go and seek the services that recover data, which fucking sucks. So, and it's like pretty expensive too. Like I was on a phone call with like one of the local data recovery services, and they were like, yeah, it could cost you anywhere from, maybe 300 to like 2,600. And I was like, what the, wait. Which, like, they were giving me like a ballpark estimate because they don't know my full situation, but still it's like $2,600 to recover my data. I don't have that kind of money. Like I had like maybe $700-800 in my bank account. I do not have that type of money. At least not yet. Like, I mean, I was only working like a couple weeks, so that's bad. When you get, when you have all that stuff that I wasn't really dependent on it, but like I wanted to make it and I never did, and now I kind of am paying the price for that. So that's a thing that I kind of regret now, because for years I had like literally years to do that stuff. I spent a year on one of those projects, which technically I didn't spend a full year, but I would like do it every single day, and the goal was to get to a certain point, to reach a certain goal that I unfortunately never got to. And now I have like one of those days left. And it sucks to lose all that footage, all that work, just kind of poofed. And I mean, I still might be able to salvage some of those ideas into other things, but it fucking sucks that it might just be gone forever, you know? All that work that I put in initially might just be gone forever because I never finished it. I never finished the job. So that sucks. But the point of it all is that I hope that at some point I'll be able to not be wasting all my time. Which I guess I kind of have been wasting a lot of time with this, because it's been 52 minutes. Oops. Kind of wasted a lot of time with this. I need to get a little more concise with this stuff down the line, because I guess ironically with this video I kind of wasted a lot of time. I wasted a lot of time fucking, you know, just talking about random things or getting sidetracked by people that were doing U-turns in front of me, and people that looked like they were gonna park behind me when there's a sign "This is no parking" behind me, and they were gonna park behind me and they didn't, but like it looked like they were going to, and I was like, fuck, am I gonna get blocked in here? Because fuck. That was kind of a perfectly timed burp, to be honest. But anyways, I hate getting stuck between two cars. And it's like when you park on the street and it's like, fuck, I have to back out and I don't have a lot of space, and I'm not good at judging that space, so I don't like that. But as I was saying, yeah, I waste a lot of time. I wasted a lot of time in this video. I kind of wasted a lot of your time, to be honest with you, which I probably shouldn't have done. But I guess it's too late now. Man, that's a weird feeling in itself, I guess. But anyway, so I think it's probably a good place to end it off, ultimately. I'll do an update on how things go with social media fast for a week. See if I actually end up completing it, how I feel afterwards. And in the meantime, I'm going to be trying to upload more stuff and do more things, so should be interesting. But I hope it has a positive effect generally. It's going to suck missing a lot of stuff, I guess, but maybe I'll realize that that stuff wasn't so important in the first place. And yeah, anyways, I probably am going to go home so I can go clean my room more because I got this vacuum that I haven't used yet, and it's getting pretty dark. It's getting pretty dark. That sucks. But also, I've kind of learned to not hate the night as much. Especially, like, I remember the first day I got out of work and it was night. I was like, oh, fuck, I gotta drive home. And now when I drive home at night, I'm like, hell yeah. Because when I drive home during the day, it sucks. Because there's, like, not that many people out at night. And during the day, there's a shit ton of people out, and it sucks. I guess that's another thing to save for another day. The idea of I should, I guess I should like having more people around because I want to talk to more people, but at the same time, I don't like having people around because then it's just more of a pain in the ass, and you're inevitably going to run into some assholes because if there's just more people, then there's more likelihood of there being some asshole or crazy person or something. There were definitely some crazy people when I was in traffic before. There was some fucking... Oh, man. And I mean, obviously yesterday when I had that many customers, there's obviously going to be some bad eggs. There's really only that one woman that was kind of driving me a little crazy. She's driving me crazy yesterday, too. That was a crazy thing. Like, she did some stuff yesterday. It wasn't, she wasn't being rude to me, but, like, there was 4 other customers, and she's kind of testing my patience with some stuff. But I was respectful to her still. And she followed it up with yesterday where she was just downright rude to me after I was literally doing what she asked. So, yeah. But anyways, yeah, I don't think I have much else to say. I'm not gonna go back to rambling about work again. I think we've gone past that. It's been almost a fucking hour. I am going to go... Yeah, I'm gonna go probably clean up my room a bit with this new vacuum that I got, which is gonna be awesome. Also has a wall mount too, by the way. That's cool. I like that. But, yeah, I guess that's it.